Hey mate, hope you're doing well as always today. Today I want to talk about the most dangerous things we face as traders or anyone who uses money to make money, If it's not a trader, it's a poker player or a professional in betting. And all this is about the relationship you have with money also, because remember this, deep down, there's a gambler in all of us. So even if you don't know this concept yet, you're already fighting it. It's the cognitive biases you have in your brain, and they are the reason most traders lose money. To keep it simple, let's just say a bias is a shortcut your brain takes to make a decision. But in trading, these shortcuts make you irrational. For example, we've all been there. You lose a trade, and you're so focused on the loss that you feel like doubling your risk or chasing trades to make it back. But at the end, the truth is, you should see what you have left the same way as before the loss, with the same objective and rational mindset. Because technically, every penny you have left has the exact same value. So in this video, I'll go through the main cognitive biases you'll face as a trader, and I'll start introducing also the unbreakable rules that can save you a lot of money in order to fight them. Hoping all this can bring you closer to your goals. And stay till the end, I am ready to bet everything I have that you can recognize yourself in absolutely everything I'm gonna tell you today. The first one is the retrospection bias. Not the most dangerous, but still important. When something happens in the market, you always hear people saying that they predicted. You're always gonna see tweets saying that that was obvious, but right before, especially when we talk about economic news, nobody said, yeah, 100% sure the price will do this. And what I mean by that is sometimes, I'm sure you do, you hesitate to take trade, and if the market goes in the direction you thought, you're gonna tell yourself that that was obvious. I should have taken it. But in trading, remind you this, there is no certainty, and if you're certain about something, technically, mathematically, you're wrong. So the danger for the next trade is overconfidence, and the next loss will hit you even harder. The anchor to fight this bias is to remind yourself once again that nothing is certain in trading, and the past has no influence, zero influence on future events. It's exactly like in a casino, just because the ball landed on red 10 times in a row doesn't influence the next spin. That's actually a mathematical rule. The second bias is the loss aversion and unrealized profit. One of the most dangerous one. You definitely gonna recognize yourself here. We've all been there. You have an open trade in profit. You already imagine your TP and the money you'll make, but if the trade come back to break even or stop loss, you tilt. You feel way more disappointed than you should. Another case is when you're up a few percent on a Propium challenge, for example, or on your live account, and you don't treat this profit the same way you traded your account balance before. You start to play with it differently. I'm sure you do it too. So it's like this guy, once again at the casino, who came in ready to lose, I don't know, 100 bucks, turns in into 1000 bucks, then lose it back and says, oh well, I didn't lose anything tonight. That happens because unconsciously you were ready to lose the initial balance, the initial money, but you haven't rationalized the profit you made yet. So, how you can fight this one? Well, if you feel yourself in one of those two situations, the only way to fight it, I think, is to stop and come back the next day. Sleep is the best way to burn off the dopamine from winning and return as rational as possible. And yes, once again, this shitty dopamine I keep bringing back into some of my videos. Third bias, the sunk cost trap. It's when you deposit money into a broker, you lose most of it, and in your head, you just throw away the rest. We all did it at some point. It's like the money you have left has no value. But like I said in the intro of this video, every penny you have left technically has the exact same value, you know? It's like also in poker, you already put money in the pot, and by the river, you're only focused on what you've already invested. So you go all in, and it's not always a rational decision. You're focused on what you lost, not on what you still have. But what you have left, once again, has value, and it can give you another chance if you grind it properly. So keep reminding yourself, in order to fight this bias, you need to treat the money you already lost as the past. It's gone. Go to bed, come back tomorrow. It's just an experience that helped you grow and build your trading mindset. And the last one is confirmation bias. Maybe the easiest to fix, but it can completely change your trading and your decision if you apply the advice I'm gonna tell you. You only see what confirm your ideas unconsciously on your chart, on social media. You filter everything that proves you're right. To fight this, like I said, I have my own strategy. I force myself before entering a trade to identify the element against me. If I think I have a setup to go long, I write the reasons why, and then I write the reason why the price could go down instead. That reminds me that trading is a game of probabilities. It's like a balance. Which side weight more, long or short? Also a tip I read recently. Imagine yourself as your worst hater on social media, you know, and your only job is to prove yourself wrong. I never tried it, this one, really to put myself in this mindset, but you can give it a shot. So to conclude this video, remember these biases are completely normal. Your brain will always try to take shortcuts. Tell me in the comments if you recognize yourself in every situation I described. And like I said, noticing this bias is a good start, but trying to have a mental approach to deal with them is better. But at the end, I think the most efficient way to actually become profitable is to have unbreakable rules to protect you from this bias. Rules that saved me from chasing losses, from tilting, from letting emotion control my trading. And in the next video, I'll share my own unbreakable rules and hopefully inspire you to build yours too. So that's all for me today. See you soon, mate, and good luck if you're trading today. See you.